Hey, good morning, everyone. Well, at least it's good morning or here. So the market's open in about. By the way, can you guys hear me? Market's open in about 1 minute. Nice. Well, thank you, Tariq Ahmad, for saying I'm always wrong. I would have to disagree. I've been wrong in the past, but that's a little unfair saying I'm always wrong. Guys, am I always wrong? Yeah, I see Bitcoin pushed up, and you're like, "Oh, your prediction of Bitcoin dropping 10,000 is busted. We just pushed up to 50,000. We're above 50,000. How could we possibly drop? That's doesn't make sense." Okay, so I have quite a few charts we're going to go through and I'm going to cover. Okay, this is important. Pay attention. Before we do this, hi Chris. Thank you, Mark. Apparently, some people think I'm always wrong. And we might just go through a few of the comments in the last video because it's interesting. And I want to see if these people delete these comments later. So, first of all, you guys that are subscribed, let me ask you this. Have the charts been profitable for you, or have they been a waste of money? I know some of you aren't subscribed are going to love to say, oh, it's a waste of money. But guys, you are subscribed. Have you been profitable with the charts, yes or no? Hi, Capiche. Yeah, Mark, there's some haters. But you know, some of my calls have been wrong. Maybe they have a little right to be upset on some. But yeah, and I'm going to give you both scenarios. Fair enough. All right, V's profitable as hell. Capiche, profitable. Capiche. Let a few more people come in here. Never use your charts, only watch for entertainment. All right, well. I'm an entertainment channel now, I guess. So let's kind of jump into this. And guys, look, I always do this. If you do want to access these charts, you know, most people say to get wrecked in the comments. But if you do want to access these charts, guys, as usual, if you do, if you want to subscribe, it's $39 a month. You get access to Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, and Twitter. My Twitter is private. It's $39 a month. If you do want to subscribe, guys, the link is right here. You are welcome to try it out for 1 month. And then if you do like it and you want to do lifetime, which will give you access to stocks and tutorials, and you're in for life, never have to pay again, just contact me through the contact page. This is the link. Say, I want lifetime, and I will deduct whatever you paid monthly. So guys, let's go and get into this. So this was yesterday's video, and I do have a lot of nasty comments. Maybe we'll go through and read some of these, because I do think they'll probably delete them if this plays out. Well, thank you, Robin. Yeah, if you get lifetime, you never have to pay again. I think it's pretty damn cheap. I think some people are charging monthly what I charge for lifetime. So I'm not greedy here. But this was the video I put out, this was September 1st, so this was yesterday. And look at the price target I gave you. Now, I didn't give you a price target up here because you know what? If you want those damn targets, get access to the charts. Good morning, Buck. So look right here. I gave you a target. Look, we found perfect support down here on the C1 chart. I said your next resistance is 48,651. I did not give you a price target up here, but you guys have access to the charts. You know, hey, if we push above this point, this is where we get rejected. This is this chart. Look where we got rejected. And this is just showing you swing trading the charts, guys. This is where we found support right here. Look, right here. And this is where we currently got rejected. Now, we did get slight rejection here. We did get rejected. We dropped a total of about 1.28%. Not a big deal, but look where we topped out, right at this. This is literally to the tick, guys. This didn't just push up above it and come back down. It hit right to the tick. So you had a point to get in, to the tick, and a point to potentially get out. Now, the point is, do you stay in or do you get out? Oh, thank you, OptiArt. So guys, I got way early for lifetime, made it back. You got in for $20 for lifetime, yeah. Remember, guys, though, if you're OG and you pay $20 for lifetime, you don't have access to stocks and tutorials, and you're not a gold member. If you do want to upgrade, shoot me an email and I'll work something out with you, depending on what you have. Some people pay for premium content, so I'll deduct that as well. But contact me through the contact page. Thank you for saying I'm not always wrong, Superman of Steel. So yeah, we're going to cover this. So I'm going to show you, and yes, we did push up, but guys, if you had paid attention to that last video, you should have known that we would possibly push up. So let me go to, okay, so look, this is your current resistance. I'm not so sure we'll push above this. I'm going to show why we could. write this number down. If we get above, right now your resistance is right here at 50,000. We're going to cover Ethereum as well. Right now your resistance that we need to watch is 50,453. If you push up, now this is very important, guys. This resistance, and I'll show you this on the other chart as well. This is a very important resistance level because you can see how many times we tested it. Resistance, 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 support, and we dropped. So if we push above this point, your next point to get rejected potentially is right here at 52,500. And this is very important because if we get above this point and hold support, obviously we've got a lot more upside. So I've got that out of the way. So if you have access to this chart, or if you don't, just write down these damn numbers. If we drop, your next support level to watch, we know that you'll catch a bounce potentially around 48,947. So these are your current price targets, all right? Now, we'll come back to the H1 chart. These are other support levels to pay attention to. We'll come back to this, but this is what I want you to pay attention to. And the thumbnail, I said it's staring you right in the face. Almost time to short. So if you'll notice, and guys, I just want you to understand what I'm saying here, right? This is a fractal to me playing out all over again. And I told you, I said it's possible, since this is the same fib circle. Look, see, the orange ring moves with the yellow ring, so you know it's the same fib circle. This is the next ring out. Guys, do not take these as a joke. These rings are serious. But right here, you can see what happened. We got rejected. We pushed up, found support. Look what happened, right? We pushed up. Yes, that is what happens. We hit the ring, pushed up. And that is what happened here. If we zoom in, it was resistance, resistance. It was support, support, support. We pushed up. Just because we pushed up does not mean we can't come back down. And I'm telling you, if we do come back down and you have access to this chart, you know exactly when to buy back in to potentially push up and come back down. Maybe it doesn't hold, it comes back up, it'll be resistance. But I do believe that we are headed to this point. And you say, well, how do I know that? Well, if you watched the previous video, you know why I think that's the case. Let me copy some bars patterns, and then I'm going to cover the MACD and the RSI. Which is very important, guys. We got 10 hours and 21 minutes for the next daily candle open. So set a timer, all right? Or if you have a chart open, pay attention when the next daily candle opens. That's very important. If that pushes up, again, if we get above, remember I was telling you here, if we get above 52,500, that is bullish. That is what I'm saying. If we get above this point right here, that is going to be bullish. We could push up to this point and get rejected, maybe. But if we hold support here, guys, I do get bullish for more upside. That is letting you know my bullish scenario. But let me copy these bars patterns and show you what I'm expecting. Let's see where these bars pattern things at right here. So I'm going to copy. Let's see. I'm just going to go from where we pushed up and potentially where we can come down. I'm just going to copy these bars pattern here and just kind of match this up. Do you see how this kind of matches up right here? I mean, it's not exact, but this is what I'm saying. Let me do this, because if I was doing this in the video, it'd be more accurate. Let me grab more of this. Let me just go from here all the way to where we drop and make contact. Let's just do this. But this is what I'm trying to show you. This looks like a fractal that's playing out all over again, and I'm giving you a possible roadmap. Yes, if we push up, this is busted. I get it. But if it does play out this way, it is very possible this is what's going to happen. You do see some similarities here, yes? Look. And that's what I'm saying. Look. You can see we got support and resistance. We pushed up. So what I'm saying is, look right here. See the top of this? And if you're curious what this is, I added this orange line here. We found support right here, and we found support right here. So I drew this orange trend line, and if you pull it out, that is where we got topped out currently. And if you look at this bars pattern, this is what I'm saying. And take note, this is the 21-week moving average. It is very possible this is what's going to happen at this point. If we are topped out here, this is just, sizing these bars up, showing you the fractal. If we come back down, all I'm telling you, look, if we push above this, guys, get bullish. I'll be buying here to ride up further. But if we do not, and if we start coming down, I'm telling you, when you make contact with this yellow ring, buy. that is what happened here. That's what I told you in that tweet in that previous video. I said, if we come down, where's your buy point? Right here. We hit this to the tick. It played along with this chart right here, 46,528. It played along with this chart, the H1 chart right here, to the tick, 46,538, and this chart right here. This is, let me give you this price label here. Those are a little small. I have some other charts to cover, guys. So look right here, 46,500. So you had 3 charts of confluence showing you, hey, time to buy in and ride it up. How far do you ride it up? That's up to you. We could push up as far as possibly 52,000, maybe 53,000, or we could be topped out here. But I'm showing you that, look at this damn divergence right here. Now, it doesn't mean it has to play out, but you can see that's clear divergence, right? Price is pushing higher and higher. It's going higher and higher and higher, and we're almost where we topped out last time. But you've got bearish divergence. Not only do you have bearish divergence on the RSI, you now have bearish divergence on the MACD, putting in higher prices while the MACD is going down and the RSI is going down. To me, that shows that potentially we could have some downside, not just from this. This probably wouldn't be enough, but just because we have this ring that potentially is going to play out just like this orange ring, right? Support, we pushed up, support, we push up, we hit it, we bounce, then it becomes resistance. That's why I think that this next ring is going to play out. Just because we pushed up does not mean we can't come back down. The rising wedge, you're talking about this right here. I think we already broke down from it. If you do pull this out, and this is what I'm saying, it is possible, and there is some confluence here. So look, if you want to chance staying in, you could. I mean, typically what happens is when you break down from a pattern, you can clearly see, let me bring this down a bit. You can clearly see, look, resistance, support, resistance, resistance, support. So what happens is when you break down from a pattern, typically you'll come back up and test it. So if we do come up and test it, it's possible we could push up as high as 53,000. Well, that'd be around 53,000 before possibly coming back down. I don't know it'll go that high. It is possible. But all I'm showing you is based on that previous fractal that is almost identical, guys. Look at that. We had this run up, right? Resistance, support, got topped out. And this isn't a line. This is a ring. This right here is a ring. And we're topped out currently. Let me get rid of this price target so you can see this. Let me just zoom out so you can see the bigger chart. You can see it's curved. That is a fib circle. See this right here? Let me get this out of the way. That is a fib circle, guys. That's not a ring. This is a gigantic fib circle that price is respecting. And that is where we got topped out. Look. we did push above it briefly, but that's where we got topped out. Look, this ring right here. That's where we're currently topped out. We're pushed above it a bit, but we pushed above it before. Dropped below it, pushed above it, and then we came down. So before we go into the next charts, guys, how many of you think that we are going to just shoot right past this, push up to put a new all-time high, or that we're potentially going to get rejected right down that yellow ring, and my prediction is going to be correct that on the 23rd of September, we're going to be at 39,264. The next few hours, I don't know. We might go sideways and down. If you look at the this is a C1 chart. Notice we got topped out here at 50,453. Look at the RSI right here. Look, and this has happened before. It's pushed back up, but it seems to be topped out. You can see that this looks like this is topped out to potentially start rolling back down, at least come down and test 48,947. This is on the 3 hour. The 2 hour, you can see we're way overextended on the RSI. I wouldn't put too much faith in the RSI because this has been flatline, I'll just say at the top. But right here, you can see we're up here way overextended, just like back here before we started coming back down. And it looks like it's possible this could start rolling over soon. So again, that's what I'm trying to show you. And again, for this chart, your next resistance to watch is right here, 50,500. But do you guys understand what I'm saying about this chart right here? This is the G1 chart. Just want to make sure you guys understand what I'm saying about this chart before I move forward. Yeah, it is possible it pumps. Guys, understand what I'm saying. And I said this in the last two videos. If we get above, let me get rid of this. If we get above, again, if we get above this point and we start holding support, guys, get bullish. All I'm saying is, if it starts coming down, I'm giving you a roadmap where price can go. Buy. Come back up, sell. Come back down. Well, guys, this is potentially going to be a bottom. And when I say bottom, I mean temporary bottom to push up. And do not forget, on October 1st, I'm expecting the stock market to have a major correction. So at this point, this is when I expect Bitcoin to come down further and continue riding down this ring, just like what happened back over here. Support, support, support. Bam, we came down and we came down further, right? So I'm saying it's very possible at this point we could have much more downside. I'm seeing another scare on the Bitcoin. You know what? Before we get into this, let me read some of these comments, just in case some of these people delete these comments if it plays out. So this is where I was talking about Bitcoin price. So this is the title, and I'm gonna keep this. 2021 Bitcoin price prediction. BTC price exact price on September 23rd, 2021 would be 39,200. So let's read some of these comments. If you put enough rings and lines around common numbers in a path, then the asset will be right eventually. This is Blake Womack. Let's see. This is Striker. Another wrong prediction is upcoming. A few wells in the bullish news can really F things up for your prediction. I'll stick to the flow of the BTC chart on a daily basis instead of future wrong month predictions. Great. Fantastic. If you delete your comment, we got it right here. In that case, you should be a billionaire. He doesn't know how much money I have. What happened to the crash rings? Your chart is interesting but misleading. I don't know what that means. I'm talking about the crash rings today. And look at this one. Philip Aliment. But sir, what if I draw a million lines and crap on the screen? Could it be possible that price to touch some of them at some point in the future? See, this guy here doesn't understand this. It's not just random lines. This was a support level. You buy here. This was a point we topped out at. I mean, it's not like it just blah, 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 it goes up and down. This is a point we topped out at. There's a reason we topped out here, because this has been a lot of support and resistance going back. This is the direction price is moving. Just a few more, guys, just in case they want to delete them. But 10K was his last prediction. This guy can't read, apparently. This guy just comes here to laugh. Not so bad. Some of the other ones are a little more nasty in the previous videos, but just make sure we got these in case they come back and delete them. Alright, so let's go on to the next chart, guys. So I explained why I think it's possible. And again, I'm sticking with this. Just because we pushed up to 50K, I do think it's still possible. And again, pay attention. Next daily candle open will be 10 hours and 12 minutes. It is very possible the next candle starts bringing us back down. And at any point you make contact with this yellow ring, that's where I would buy. Push back up, I would sell at this point. And then again, I do think we're going to be coming down to this point. All right, so Ethereum. Guys, look at Ethereum. They say leads the way for Bitcoin, right? Well, look where we're at with Ethereum. If you want to chance it, you know, your next resistance above is right here for Ethereum. Right here, potentially at $3,910. Why? Well, look at this damn line. Look how much resistance and support this has been. You got almost perfect support right here for Ethereum, right? And then you have resistance, 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 support, support, resistance, support, support, right? This is that same line. And look where we, actually this line above. This was resistance. We pushed above it, resistance. So this is what I'm talking about right here. Sorry, guys. So this was resistance, support. If you had access to this chart, you could play the hell out of this. Support, resistance, move down this ring. This became resistance. We pushed up to support, resistance, resistance. It pushed up. This is the next point to get rejected. So if you're using Ethereum as an indicator, Ethereum's almost topped out. You could either short now or wait to get to 3,910, but this might be the top for Ethereum to start coming back down to support. So support for Ethereum is going to be right down here. Your first support level, 3,631, and your strongest support level, 3,487. Let me read what some of you guys are saying before I move on. I'm seeing another scare in the market. GMOM is going up and down before it goes down. I think that's the case too. I thank God I was investing in your charts 3 years ago. Well, thank you, Marco. I appreciate that. I lack brain damage. I think you're right. All right. Dude, stop focusing on comments. No, again, if it plays out like I'm saying and we hit that target, some people are going to go back and delete their comments. So I'm gonna have these. Get upcoming. I have inside information. All right, well, shoot me an email so I can get that inside information. My short is getting destroyed. Why did you short? You shouldn't short. I mean, I'm telling you at a certain point you might want to consider when it starts coming down. This looks bullish as hell. I think everybody thinks it looks bullish. Some people think, some people thunk. Some people think. Yeah, thinks are nice. Why don't you short it if you think it's going to 39K? Because I don't short. I buy at support. That's how I play it. I don't use leverage. So again, if I was going to buy Ethereum, I wouldn't buy here. If it got above 3,910 held support, I would buy. If it drops down to 3,487, I would buy. That's the same thing with here, guys. I bought here, 46,495. Now, when to take profit, that's the question. I mean, you could take profit where we're at now. We are at resistance. I'm telling you, the strongest resistance is 52,510. That is possibly pushed that high. So I wait till we come down and find support. And it's this H1 chart has been a moneymaker. I told you to buy right here. Guys, do you remember the tweet in the video I made? I said this is where you buy. Right here. Come on, where's my price label? Right here. This is where I told you to buy, right here. 43,976. And we pushed up a total of almost 15%. And then I told you this is potentially where you get out. And how did I know where this is where you get out? Well, from this chart right here. This ring, where's the top? I told you in that video, if we pushed up, this ring is potentially going to be the top. This is where we got rejected and came down. And then I said the next time to buy was right here. And then I said right here, 46,808. Go back, watch the previous video. And I said if we push up, this is your resistance. We got perfect rejection, 48,252. And then I said your next support level was right here, 46,612. And now the question is, when do you get out or do you stay in? Which site would you recommend to use currently using Coinbase? Look, I only use Coinbase, and the reason I use Coinbase is because I don't stay in Bitcoin. I'm just trading, make my profit, jump back in USD. And the reason I do that is because if something bad happened, I'm protected. If they get hacked or whatever happens, if I'm in USD, I'm protected. That FIDC, whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, I don't know talk about rising wedge. I'm just covering a few things. I just want to show you these charts and why I think it's possible, just based on this fractal, that we could be potentially topped out here to come back down. All I'm saying is if we push up, yes, get bullish. But if we do get topped out here and we follow this fractal, just like back here with this orange ring, every time you hit this point, buy. This is a perfect point to buy. And this is where the 21-week moving average is. It just makes sense. We'll see. We could do something like this. If you hit this point, buy. If you come up and you hit this point, sell. If we come back down, well, then we're going to be reaching that target I told you about, which we could possibly push up from that point. In Ethereum, look, I just told you where your price targets are for Ethereum. I can give you your next strongest resistance for Ethereum based on this chart. Let me get rid of these squigglies. I got a lot of stuff on. Hold on. Well, yeah, I'll just get rid of a few things on here. So look, your next strongest resistance, it's already mapped out for you guys. If we push up, look, if we get above 3,910 for Ethereum, your next point to get rejected is around 5,103. Why? Well, look at this. That's how I create these charts. Look, a lot of support, support, resistance, resistance. So look, if we push up, well, you've got 2 points right here. You've got 5,123, depending on when you make contact, and this next line is your next strongest resistance above. So 5,123 to potentially 5,877. So again, I'm just showing you, and if you drop, your strongest support level below to watch is going to be right here around 2,965, and you can see why this is the case. Let me make this white so you can see it. And this is just one of many altcoin charts, but this is strong support and resistance. It was support, support, resistance, resistance, support. So if we come down, this is a likely point to buy. That is how you play the charts, guys. Just go back and look left, see which lines. That's why I had these white lines here. So if we push up, your strongest resistance is right here. This is how you know how to get in and get out. These are the points you short and long. So write these down, but keep in mind when you make contact depends on price. Why the hell is this off? Okay, got to redo that one. When I zoom out, it moves it around. But basically, these are the points you want to watch. Well, I appreciate that, Jimmy Fixes. So let's cover a couple other things, all right? Okay, here's the DXY. So guys, I've told you before, look at the U.S. markets. U.S. markets are the Dow's up 111 points, right? But you notice the Dow's pretty much going sideways. The markets are open now. The Dow's up 110 points. I guess the DXY is dropping. That's typically what happens. We'll come back to this chart in a sec. But look what's happening here. This looks like a falling wedge to me. Now, have we already broken down from it? Let's see. Nope. So if we break down from this, guys, we're about to find out. If we break down from this falling wedge, then be bullish on Bitcoin. That's typically what happens. If the dollar starts dropping, Bitcoin's going to push up. But if this is a falling wedge and it plays out, if we hold support and push up and we break up, your next resistance for the DXY is going to be right up here around 92.90. Next resistance above is 93.650. So if this is a falling wedge for the DXY and it does not break down and this pushes up, that's bearish for Bitcoin. So that's the DXY. This is the Dow Jones. And guys, I covered this previous video. I do believe that we are going to have a stock market correction, if not a major correction, by October 1st, potentially November 1st. And I told you about this red ring. This is one of the red rings I used to predict the last crash back here. Let me get rid of this. Hold on. Right back here. This is the first video I made about the stock market having a correction, right? And that's this red ring. This red ring we had a drop. This red ring we pushed up and came down. This red ring right here is in confluence with this chart. And again, I do believe that we're going to get a correction here. You can think I'm crazy, but it just makes sense. Green ring rejected. Now this green ring we did push above it. I guess not everyone's going to play out. This is the only one we did not get rejected. But this green ring we got rejected. This green ring we got rejected. This green ring we got rejected. We're coming up on the next green ring. So I do think at this point, guys, this is October 1st. I think at this point this is when the Dow is going to start coming down. And if the Dow's coming down a substantial amount, the S&P and the Nasdaq's going to come down as well. I mean, do you guys think this chart is just a bunch of crap, just a bunch of random rings? Or do you not see how perfect this is set up? Every time you hit a green ring, you get rejected. A green ring, you get rejected. Green ring, you get rejected. Why the hell would it not get rejected at this point, especially what's going on in the economy right now? Well, again, this is just the stock market, but we do know what happened. We only have, Bitcoin wasn't around when the housing bubble happened. That was the last crash we had. We had a crash in 2001. That was a 9/11 thing. Then we had the housing bubble in 2007, 2008, around there. But Bitcoin wasn't around back then. The only previous crash we've had to see Bitcoin drop was our COVID crash. The Dow came down a total of 37.67%, and Bitcoin came down around 68%. So if this is our support right here, if this is our support, and let's say we come back down to support, there's different ways you can look at it. It could be something like this. Maybe we use the daily candles here. Maybe we did drop below. This is one possible target, or you have this target here because this is where we found support. So if it's as bad as I think it could be, how much of a drop would that be? If in October 1st to potentially November 1st, I'm giving a little timing because we have this is a monthly candles. But if we come down that far, that's a 41% drop. If last time the Dow came down 30%, 30-some percent, Bitcoin dropped twice as much, that means Bitcoin would drop 80%. And if we come down to this target, 46%, well, Bitcoin will drop twice that amount. I'm surprised people even follow this guy. He's lost so much credibility. I call the top at 65K, and you say I lost credibility? I have called tops. I guess that's why people think I'm always bearish, because when price is pushing up, I let price push up. When I think we're at a point where we might top out, I make a video or live stream, say, hey guys, I think we might be topped out to come down. So yes, I guess when I make a video, it's bearish, but I'm trying to help you find out when the tops are so you can potentially take your profit. You don't have to believe what I'm saying. I do believe we're going to have a correction around October 1st for the U.S. markets. We know last time we had a correction, Bitcoin came down quite a bit. Yeah, well, I'm not going to, answer to you trolls. I'm just going to show you what's in the charts, and then later you can find out what happens. This is the other chart I was talking about, guys. Now, we are pushing above this right now. If this would be negated, obviously, maybe this could be higher. We'll have to see. We could do something like this. That would kind of make sense because that gives us 2 points right here. This is on the daily. So if we just go by not the wicks right here. So it is possible we could push up to, right here around 52,000, right? And that does play along with not only this chart right here, around 52,000. This also plays along with this chart. If we push up, this green line, which is going to be respected, is close to 52,000, a little bit above it. Well, we'll see what happens. I told you in a month, it's possible this is going to be our target. We haven't pushed up that much. We got topped out here. According to this fractal, it looks like it is possible we can start coming down. If we do, I'm just telling you this is a point to potentially buy. If this is a point to sell. And I do think it's very possible by the 23rd of September, this is where we're going to bottom. Temporary bottom. And then right here is where it's going to crash. Yeah, you know what? I'm probably one of the few that don't have affiliate links. I'm just trying to show you what I see in the charts. If it doesn't play out, it doesn't play out. Obviously, if you push up, it's negated. But if it comes down, you have a roadmap for price. That's the point. We come down, you have targets to play. If we push up, well, you'll never test those targets. If we push up, forget all of this. But if we drop, you should pay attention. And again, I'm showing you, you've got bearish divergence on the RSI, on the daily. You've got bearish divergence on the MACD on the daily. This is bearish divergence. Price is pushing higher while the MACD is coming down. The RSI is coming down. That's what I'm saying. It's staring you right in the face. And this is a fractal that's repeating all over again. You can clearly see that right here. We wrote down this orange ring. This orange ring, price has been respecting. This is the next ring out. Why would price not respect it? Let me see if I have any other charts here. So that was that chart. Again, this is the ring chart I'm talking about with the Dow. I do believe October 1st, November 1st, we're going to move down this ring. So just pay attention to that, guys. Wherever price, even if Bitcoin pushes up to 65K, on October 1st, potentially November 1st, if the markets start correcting, which I think they will, get the hell out of Bitcoin. Whatever price is, get out if the markets start correcting. Let's see here. So I was going to go through some of these real quick. I was going to go through some of these published charts. I don't have time to give you price targets for all these. This is the Ethereum chart. This is published on August 22nd. This is where price was at the time. Notice this line right here. There's resistance. If I hit play on it, look where we came up and got rejected. Right here at this line. So your price targets are already laid out. Just go back and look and see where your strongest resistance. That's the purpose of these white lines. So you know, hey, this is strong resistance. This might be a point too short. This would be a point too long, around 3,454. Let's go through a few of these guys. So let's just start at the top. Actually, we'll go to the bottom. So let's look at theta here. Let's see how theta's played out. This is August 22nd. Let's see how this played out. All right, look right here. This blue line was our resistance. Rejected. Rejected. We're right at it. So this would be a point to short theta. So theta right now, you would want to short $7.12. down to potentially, look, this is your next support and resistance level right here. So you would short theta down to $6.19. If we push up, your next resistance is just above us. You have more resistance above than you have support. So at $7.39 would be resistance. You also have resistance at $7.76. I'm not going by stock to flow. I'm going by the possibility that we're going to move down a fib circle, that we moved down the last fib circle, and I'm telling you, I think we're going to have a stock market correction on October 1st. It just makes so much sense to me, but you guys I guess you think rings are a joke. I'm telling you, when we hit this point on October 1st, I'm expecting one hell of a correction. And if this happens, everything's coming down. All assets are coming down. Gold's going to come down. Bitcoin's going to come down. The Nasdaq's going to come down. The S&P's going to come down. Everything. Let's see here. So that was theta. Let's cover a few more here. This theta ring chart on the 1 minute was just absolutely amazing. But it's on the 5 minute when I published this. You want to see this chart played out? Guys, I'm just showing you that if we have a stock market correction, Bitcoin's going to come down. Some of you think for some reason that the US markets could correct and Bitcoin's just going to continue up. That's not going to happen. That's not what happened previously. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Fundamentals, institutional money buying in. You buy into the hype. These people, these videos saying we're going to 300,000, we're going to 150,000, we're going to 100,000. Everybody's getting bullish. Everybody's longing. What does that mean? It's probably going to come down. But you do what you want to do. This is BCH. Let's see how this played out. Look, I told you pay attention to this ring. This ring was resistance right here on August 21st. We came down to support right here. We pushed up. Look, perfect support right here. They're already mapped out. This was your support. This is where you buy. Where do you get rejected? The same damn ring. You got rejected. Where was your support? This line right here. This is where you buy. Where do you get rejected? If BCH pushes up, your resistance is 686. Your support is at 657. Your next major support is at 640. And the live charts are available on the website, guys. I'm just showing you the published charts. Let's look at Litecoin. Let's see how this played out. This is August. All these are published on August 22nd. There you go. Support and resistance levels playing out again. We found resistance right here. It got rejected. Came down. This was resistance. Came down. Perfect support to buy. Perfect resistance to sell. Perfect support to buy. And notice we're getting rejected right now again. So your point too short Litecoin is right here at $186. Your next point too long is right here at 170. And we got Chainlink. Let's see what Chainlink's doing right now. Chainlink's been pushing up, so I heard. So you can see what happened. We got rejected. This is where you short. We got below this point. You short. We didn't quite make it this point, but you can see we're respecting this line right here as resistance. When we pushed above it, we got a pump. Right now we got rejected right here. Why? See this line right here? This, you can barely see it. This has been a lot of support and resistance, and that's currently we're getting rejected right now. If we push up, Litecoin could go to, Chainlink can go to $31.97. That's the point you short, or you short this point down to $28.84. ADA, let's see what ADA is doing. ADA has been on a tear. Let's see how well it's been respecting these rings. Well, I guess not much of a tear, but you can see right here, we pushed up, rejected here, found support on this white ring, guys, white rings. Notice we pushed up, got rejected here, found support here. You knew to short here, long here, and look, now we're finding support on this white ring. So if we stay above this, you know, we could push up to potentially $3.23. And if we drop, you know, your support's right here at $2.78. The Dow is starting to come back down. It was up 180. What's the DXY doing? But guys, you need to pay attention to the U.S. markets. Look, we found support here and we pushed up. I'm just telling you, look, if this is a fall, this is a falling wedge. Resistance, support, resistance, support. support, resistance. If we break up from this pattern, all right, that will be bearish for Bitcoin. If you start seeing the market start coming down, you know, the market's just open. If you see the markets come down, the dollar start pushing up, then chances are this point right here will probably get rejected, come back down to 48,147. If you start seeing the dollar tank and the markets push up, then your target is right up here around 52,512. And same thing, you know, if the DXY comes down, markets push up, your next resistance is right up here around 51,500. So again, I'll keep you updated on Twitter, and we'll see what happens. But guys, just remember what I'm saying here, right? Not that it has to play out. Let me refresh this damn chart. It is very possible that we are getting close to topped out, and we are going to ride down this orange ring just like we did before. If we get above this point, and this is roughly around 52,900, we get above this, get bullish. In the meantime, you know, this right here is where we topped last time. 50,543. So look, that's right here. If we get topped out, the next daily candle is red and starts coming down, you're looking for a point to buy. Whenever you make contact, this is where you buy. Based on my charts, it just shows that it might be time to short. We could push up a little higher. I'm just saying I think we have some downside. I do believe we're going to follow down this ring. And I think we're gonna our next point before we push up is potentially going to be right here around 39,264 right here. I think that's where we're headed. Whether it's like this or whatever, I think we're headed to this point. And I think at this point, when the market's correct, this is when everything's coming down. Yeah, ride it up. Stay in as long as you want. We could push higher. I'm giving you your point right here. If you're expecting us to go higher and you want to chance it, this is the point you want to watch. 53,000-ish. If you want to take your profit at that point, or if you want to wait and see if we hold support, because like I said, if we hold support at 53,000, I'm bullish, guys. But do remember, we will get rejected at this blue ring. I know that for a fact. Just for a retrace. So let's say we push up, and we get above this point, hold support, you'll get rejected here, come back down. This is probably the pattern in before we push higher. Well, thank you, Ali Bobbin09. I appreciate that. So let me ask you a question, Bearbit. Counter trade. So you counter trade what I do? Is that what you're saying? Don't be shy. Come on. So you counter trade what I say? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Counter trade yourself? There's not enough BTC left for it to drop much. It's becoming more valuable. Oh my God. First of all, I'm sorry, but institutional money wants you to buy in because they want you to FOMO in. They want it to push up, want you to fear of missing out, and then they sell it and they dump on your ass just like they did at 65K. I'm telling you, it's possible 50K is our top to come back down to at least 39,264 before pushing back up. And it does not matter if you're bullish on ADA, if the fundamentals are great. In Ethereum, the fundamentals are fantastic, and the people are adopting it. If the U.S. markets have a correction, I don't give a shit about the fundamentals or any of that crap. If the market's correct, people are going to jump out of risky assets, specifically Bitcoin and all the altcoins. It happened last time. It'll happen again. The most important chart I have right now that you need to pay attention to is this chart. I already gave you the damn date. If you don't have access to the chart, you don't need the damn chart. But just pay attention. On October 1st, potentially November 1st, you'd be glad that I have a small channel because not many people know about this. Only you guys. I don't have a great following. I got like 39.7 thousand followers. Not many people see these charts. Do pay attention, guys. Only you guys know about this chart. You that have access to the charts and you watching the stream, you know to pay attention that potentially on October 1st, through November 1st, we could have a correction, and I think it could be a substantial correction. If we come all the way down here, guys, that's not a joke. Well, thank you. Thank you for, you know, you guys have been around for a while. Some of you are OGs, some of you are newer. But I'm just trying to warn you that it is very possible. Rather Bitcoin pushes up. I gave you the bullish case. I gave you the bearish case. I think it is possible we could be coming down soon. Even if we push up 65K on October 1st through November 1st, be prepared for some downside, because I think that's when we're going to have a correction. Actually, let me change that. I don't think we're going to have a correction. I know we're going to have a correction with the Dow Jones. I just don't know how big of a correction. That's all I'm trying to point out. But yes, according to this chart, it does seem likely, and I got rid of that bars pattern, but it does seem likely, guys. If this fractal, rings are amazing tools. People like to say that it's a bunch of crap, some hoodoo voodoo, but I'm telling you, the last time the same thing played out, rejected at the orange ring, then we found support, perfect support. So if we come back down, we will ride down this until we touch this target. I'll give you these price targets one more time, all right, guys? So if we get above, this is C1 chart. If we get above 50,471, your next resistance level to watch, and this is why I say this. Look at all this resistance. Resistance, 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 resistance. So if we push above 50,471, the next point to potentially short is 52,555. And when you have a lot of resistance and you finally break above it, that means you're breaking above a lot of strong resistance. It means you get one hell of a pump. That plays along with this chart here, 51,500, and it plays along with this green line right here. If we push up above this point, expect a lot more upside. Until that happens, be prepared for some downside. It's that simple. I'm already convinced. I'm just trying to show you what's in the charts. You make up your own decision. This is not financial advice. Again, I'm giving you, I said 22 days. So now 21 days before I think we hit this target. Either it happens or it doesn't happen. If we come down, you have a roadmap for price. If we push up, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And again, if you do want to access these charts, guys, the website is opticalartcrypto.com. Just go to the link and you can choose, $39 a month, Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, and Twitter. And, if you want to get stocks and tutorials and you just want to do lifetime, that includes everything, makes you a gold member in Discord. So this is the link if you want to subscribe. And if you want to get lifetime, contact me at the contact page. And remember, if you do subscribe, you have to contact me to get an invite link to the Discord and to follow me on Twitter. I will not contact you. You need to contact me, so send me an email. If you already subscribed, you don't have access to my Twitter or Discord, shoot me an email so I can give you that information. Alright guys, this stream ran a little long. I just wanted to cover this and show you that I do think we have some downside. It looks like Ethereum is topped out. I'm just showing you this. It looks like Ethereum is potentially topped out. If you want to see if you push up a little higher, I would short at 3,900. If you want to look for next point to long, potentially 3,486. I have this chart updated with the white lines, your strongest support and resistance levels. And I can tell you this. These are your next resistance levels. I would go by the C1 chart right now. If we push up, your next major resistance, 52,555. We get above that, get bullish. In the meantime, if we get rejected, then this will become your support right here. Right now, you get 2 points of rejection to the tick. Look at that. 50,392. 50,400. So if we get above that, here's your next resistance, 52,555. Notice when we push above this point, where do we push up to? Right here. So again, your support resistance level is already mapped out. I guess people think I'm bearish because when I make a video, I'm saying we're topped out. So obviously every time I make a video, it's bearish because I say, hey, we might be topped out to come down. So maybe that's why I'm known as the bear. But a lot of my calls have been accurate. 65K was accurate. But guys, that's it. Until the next video, trade safe, trade smart. I'm out. Peace.